a shooting involving a Florida deputy.
I need you to get his reputation right.
What body cam footage reveals. Federal regulators start an investigation.
Because it really is a whole new currency.
On potential unfair practices involving airline miles. And athletes showing their support.
Like around him more and sitting by his bed.
For a 9-year-old boy in a fight for his life. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Valentina Gaspari.
I'm Ivanilewski. Today is Friday, May 10th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Toddler tragedy here in Florida as the boy's own mother is accused of beating him to death. The suspect adopted the preschooler and his teenage brother in Haiti and brought them to the Polk County area near Tampa.
Reporter Melissa Aikman from Spectrum Bay News 9 shares the details of the investigation.
What we've learned during this investigation just turns our stomach.
Sheriff Grady Judd describes disturbing details leading to the arrest of a mother accused of killing her child.
We found an injury where his spleen suffered a significant tear. The medical examiner said it could have been nothing else other than an immediate hard strike to the abdomen.
36-year-old Patricia Saint-Azaire charged with first-degree murder in the death of her 4-year-old son, Brian Boyer. Judd says the Laufman Oaks Elementary preschooler and a 16-year-old were adopted in Haiti and moved to Polk County last year.
It is beyond my wildest imagination how anyone could abuse a beautiful little fella like this child was abused and neglected.
Sheriff Judd says they found videos on Saint-Azaire's cell phone during their investigation that showed the alleged abuse.
We have a video clip of where that 3-year-old baby's hands was tied behind his back and she threw him in a swimming pool in the backyard.
He says similar incidents are under investigation.
As the autopsy went on, they found different layers of bruises and injuries from past beatings.
The police report references text messages found on Saint-Azaire's phone. In one exchange, she messages, "Just give him a whooping." The reply reads in part, "He is only scared of you."
That was Melissa Aikman from Spectrum Bay News 9 reporting. The Polk County School District issued a statement Wednesday calling the news tragic for both the school, the child's school, and the entire community.
A family wants answers from law enforcement after their loved one was shot and killed by a deputy who they say wrongfully entered his home. As Kaplan's Emma Alonso reports, the loved one was a senior airman.
Clutching her son's photo, Mika Fortson breaking down over the loss of her son. 23-year-old senior airman Roger Fortson, who was shot and killed by a deputy inside of his home in Fort Walton Beach, Florida last Friday.
My baby was shot up.
His family says a deputy with the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office wrongfully entered his apartment and shot him.
I need you guys to tell the truth about my son. I need you to get his reputation right.
An attorney for the family says Fortson heard knocks at the door, and when no one could be seen through the peephole, he retrieved his gun, which was legally owned. But the Okaloosa County Sheriff says the deputy identified himself as law enforcement.
Those statements are inaccurate. The deputy knocked on the correct door. He did not cover the peephole or otherwise obscure its view in any way.
In the body cam footage, you can see the deputy go up to Fortson's door.
Sheriff's office, open the door!
Moments later, this happens. Then the deputy yells. The sheriff says the deputy shot in self-defense.
For whatever reason, they thought he was a bad guy. But he was a good guy.
The Okaloosa County Sheriff says a deputy involved in the shooting has been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. For Caplin News, I'm Emma Alonso.
2 public schools that used to be named after Confederate leaders are getting their old names back. The names of these schools near Arlington, Virginia were changed as part of a resolution to condemn racism, according to school board documents. Late last night, members of the school board voted 5-1 to bring these old names back. People protested outside the school buildings where the vote was taking place.
An investigation is taking place due to federal regulators wanting credit card companies to follow their rewards of both miles and points. As Captain Brian Diaz reports, the investigation will involve a public hearing to determine what the next step will be.
U.S. Airlines back in the spotlight, this time for their frequent flyer programs and their co-branded credit cards.
Point systems like frequent flyer miles and credit card rewards have become a meaningful part of our economy.
The U.S. Department of Transportation and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau holding a public hearing Thursday as part of an investigation into potential unfair or deceptive practices. The panel including several airline and banking industry representatives discussing whether companies are being upfront with their rewards programs.
People do track these carefully when they're engaged and when they're earning these rewards. And so that reward, though, and the value of that is only subject to what the airline wants to do with it and how they choose to conduct their program.
On the agenda, transparency surrounding booking award tickets, devaluing of miles over time, transferring of points and miles, and how companies notify customers when making changes to the program.
The airlines, they're constantly moving the goalposts, especially with their elite status.
Brian Kelly, the founder of the PointsGuide.com, says these credit cards represent big business for the major airlines. United Airlines valued its loyalty program at $20 billion in 2019.
As they grow in influence, I think it's only natural to expect a little bit more oversight, because it really is a whole new currency that is really driving our whole economy.
For Caplin News, Brian Diaz.
A marina in Southwest Florida has become a local landmark. Caplin News reporter Cassandra Alonso is in Marco Island this morning. She has more on what it means to neighbors and visitors alike.
I'm hanging out with the Pelicans here at Marco Island Sunshine Tours, a company that has been bringing laughter and joy to the community since the 1980s. Let's take an inside look. The moment Sunshine Tours opened for business, it has been a sacred treasure to the community of Marco Island and has become a safe space for not only the residents but for people all over the world. Sunshine Tours offers a variety of fishing excursions chartered by trained captains. It even offers its sunset dinner cruise in which families are able to gather and enjoy a night of music and fun on the water.
My favorite part about this whole experience is probably at the end of the day just seeing people that are happy and enjoyed what you can do for them and how you impact their lives. Sometimes you, especially the young folks that come down, we meet a lot of kids that especially nowadays, are very distracted. They've got a lot of things. They're not really paying attention to the surroundings, to the nature of our area, to the fun that we're experiencing. And then by the end of the day, they're touching fish and baiting their own hooks and asking lots of questions. It's a real turnaround. I think it has a real positive impact on a lot of people's lives, and that's a good part of it for me.
Since the 1980s, the locally owned business has offered families the opportunity to unwind and connect with the marine wildlife surrounding the island. People who have visited have returned often and have stayed well connected to the owner and staff. For more information, you can visit www.sunshinetoursmarcoisland.com. Reporting from Marco Island for Caplin News, this is Cassandra Alonso.
Plans in place this morning to change the membership price at Planet Fitness for the first time in 26 years. America's largest gym chain announced yesterday that its famous price of $10 a month for one club is soon going to change to $15 a month. It will still cost $25 for the membership that allows you to access any Planet Fitness club.
Pop star Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey Bieber come out with a very special announcement.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
The doctor said when I was in there was more people in my room in one day than there was in the whole entire floor in a month.
A 9-year-old boy flooded with overwhelming support by his friends, family, and his athlete idols. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
A show of support for a boy who's dealing with a tough diagnosis. His parents originally thought that it was growing pains, but when 9-year-old Colston Delk lost the ability to walk, they discovered that it was cancer in his legs, pelvis, and abdomen.
Colston shaved his head this week as he begins a 2-year treatment plan near his home in Las Vegas. He's optimistic because of the love and support he's seen. Colston's big sister even enrolled in homeschool to be by his side.
I'll be at the hospital more with him and around him more and sitting by his bed, playing games with him when he needs it and stuff like that. The doctor said when I was in there was more people in my room in one day than there was in the whole entire fort in a month.
Colston was able to travel to Southern California and meet Los Angeles Angels star Mike Trout. He got a message from former Raider Derek Carr and from Vegas native Bryce Harper, who plays for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Justin Bieber has a new reason to sing his 2010 mega hit song, Baby. The Grammy-winning artist and his wife, Hailey Bieber, are expecting their first child. The Road founder is reported to be over 6 months pregnant. This comes after 6 years of marriage, and the couple announced on the news on Instagram yesterday with a video of them renewing their vows. Don't go anywhere, you're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Ivani Lewski.
I'm Valentina Gaspar. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.